Welcome to our first match of the day with Chord. Easy mulligan. This would be a fantastic keep with just a second land, but yep, not gonna keep. This hand's not bad with the second land. I'm gonna keep this with a scry on the draw. Always had it, never didn't have it. One Firelit Thicket, nice. I'm gonna play this against Godless Shrine. I think we can fetch shock pretty easily. Just get like Stomping Ground here. The minimum payout for the PC is 500, I believe. Inquisition, sure. So far looking like Abzan, could be black-white tokens, could be black-white hate bears, could be black-white colorless Eldrazi. I think Jerry's Thopter Gifts deck is very reasonably powerful. And I'll be surprised if it's not fairly popular at the Open this weekend. So what would be required to main deck one of the 3 Lightning Helixes? I don't think main deck Lightning Helix is all that unreasonable. If you're like looking for additional removal, it's perfectly fine. I think I'm just playing Missionary here and playing this tapped. The fairy reference is that I played a really, really bad Grixis Fairies deck at the Invitational in... which Invitational was that? The Invitational in Vegas in December. And I would have a second Invitational top 8 if I had played anything close to a reasonable Modern deck that wasn't Grixis Fairies at that event. So... that's what I would say about that. I 7-0-1 to the standard portion of that Invitational, and 3-4-1 the draw being intentional, the Modern portion. I think the games where Revelark is good, it's good enough to be worth having. It's basically just like, you know, the same thing as... Do I want to keep Lone Missionary in the main? Like, I feel like the matches where it's bad, it's still okay. Plus, like, Nahiri means we can have lots of awkward things in our deck game 1 and just not care. Maybe he just doesn't have a removal spell here. That would be sweet. So I'm just going to go ahead and block with Lone Missionary here and then resto it. Nice. Yeah. We're going to play for a few hours. You're just catching the beginning of the stream here. Gain some more life. So we're going to end up at 22 here once we take a hit from this Cat Soldier. I don't think we need more combos in our deck. Alright. Yeah, as the kids say, we're going to go ahead and get Path to Exiled here. But don't have much else going on, so YOLO. Actually, you know... I could just ship the turn here, right? Like, that's something I could do. I feel like the probability of him having a removal spell is really high. So yeah, I'm just going to pass, actually. I played Grixis Fairies because it was testing okay, and I liked the deck. Yeah, I'm just going to ship the turn here. Because the reason why we can ship the turn here is that if he goes to kill Kiki, we just copy Resto and Resto Kiki in response. So he needs 2 removal spells here. Chuckado, YouTube literally makes $20 a month. So no, that cutting them up by match is way too much work. If you would like to volunteer to edit all of my videos, I would be happy to let you do that. But I am not spending the time it takes to cut these things up. I'm just gonna not activate the Kiki until like we draw another Resto or a Chord or a Spellskid or something. Like, it's pretty likely that he has a Path to Exile. Like, it's a 4 of. He could have, like, Go for the Throat to random removal spells like that as well. What if he just passed the Resto in the second main? Well, then we still have the Kiki Jiki. And I'm fine with that. If he passed the Restoration Angel, I still have a Kiki Jiki, and Kiki Lone Missionary is probably winning this game. And then, like, we just draw a Chord or a Resto and he dies. I did not play in States. I ended up, one of my buddies his shop was vending at States, so I just helped him vend a little bit in the mornings and then spent some time with the family this weekend. Bitter Blossom is basically unplayable in Modern. It's not good. I'm good. I'm just going to go ahead and pass here, like I said. But the thing is, Ancestral Visions isn't good. So, like, why do you need to play a card against something that's bad? I'm doing well, Pat. How are you doing this afternoon? That's really good. Now I can't block. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm just taking the hit for 4 here. Yeah, you have souls, that's fine. This is really bad against things with vigilance. Am I just supposed to go for it here? Nah, I feel like I'll take one more draw step. Yeah, actually, I just finished doing a set review with CVM last night. It'll get posted tomorrow, I believe. I guess I could start and stop the recordings like that, but even that's going to require me to, like, go back through and, like, I'm not going to take all the time to, like, rewatch and figure out, like, which ones are which matchups and, like, all that crap. Like, that's a lot of stuff. Sweet. And here he's literally just a gain 7 here. Gain 8, whatever. We were definitely blocking before he played the Vault. That is correct. And I might be outplaying myself here. Like, he might just, like, not have it and is just, like, savaging us here, drawing to it. But I feel like we can draw, like, one more card at least here. I mean, I don't know. I haven't tested Jund, and I haven't played the format post PT. I've not invested a lot of time in standard because I don't have a standard event for like the next 6 weeks. So I think if we brick here, I'm just gonna go for it next turn. All right, well that's some kind of value at least. So let's do this, and then I'm gonna go for it. I will definitely sign your scape shifts for you. Okay, I was just like screwing with myself, and he didn't have it. So maybe that I was being too conservative there, but like we only have one Kiki, so I didn't really want to get it pathed. I don't know. Like I said, that might have been incorrect. Scavenging uses medium. Pontiff is good. I don't like Sin Collector. He probably has Bitter Blossom and Intangible Virtue. I don't really go to GPs, so probably not. And if I do, they're Modern Grand Prix, and that's it. I'm going to be going to GP Charlotte because we raised donations for it here on stream. So people wanted to see me there, so I will be there. I think this is a configuration I'm happy with. Like, he has Bremaz, but I don't really think we want a ton of Path to Exiles. It could be that Nahiri's a cut since he's playing, like, Bremaz in his deck, but Nahiri's pretty powerful, so... You're waiting for decks before the start, or buying now? Buying it now, which deck would I recommend? I think I would be very surprised if any of the decks that are very good in Hex right now stop being good because of cards on the new set. Some are going to get a little bit better and get, some will get upgrades, and like existing decks that were bad will become better, but I think all the decks that are good now will continue being good. Yeah, I'm bringing in the extra Scavenging Ooze because of Lingering Souls. I think that's a fine inclusion. I think I like this configuration. I could see like one less voice going down to 2 and like leaving another path in, because like pathing our own guy is okay, and like keeping Bremaz off the table is kind of important. And he might have like Hero of Bladehold too, so maybe I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try this configuration. You cut GQ and a Thicket for 2 Groves. Well, I don't think you want to cut a white source, so I will say I disagree with cutting a white source for a red source. You had a problem. Oh, you're talking about Firelit Thicket. Okay, you're talking about Firelit Thicket. I mean, this can Ghost Quarter yourself and make colored mana. We're gonna go ahead and play Stomping Ground on one here. I mean, I describe Hex as literally Magic Plus. Like the thing that Magic has going for it that keeps it better than Hex currently is that Magic has more sets and a slightly larger player base currently. So I'm gonna play the Wall of Omens here because I want to play and activate this on the same turn. Bremaz, sure. Nahiri. Oh, right. She exiles enchantments, too. God bless her. Am I just, like, playing this? Am I, like, taking this turn off to play this card? Is that reasonable? You play Ghost Quarter because it's a good utility land in Modern. It kills lots of annoying things like his, like this guy's Vault of the Archangel. It kills creature lands. It's okay to draw against Tron. Like, I mean, they just released on Steam. Like, they already have a reasonably sized player base, I feel, for a piece of software that was literally labeled beta less than 3 months ago. So, Hero of Bladehold. Okay, so I wish. So we're. Oh crap, mother. Oh, that's frustrating. Well, we're not in a good spot this game, and clicking past and taking 3 extra damage there doesn't help. Maybe we'll get lucky and he sacks his triggers wrong. Rats. Did it right. Alright, so... I mean, Magic Online doesn't have a ladder either, and, like, they're getting a ladder. So... yeah, so I definitely want all 4 Path to Exiles in the next game, I think. Alright, Lark's not terrible. So we get to go ahead and go block here and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, well, I would be +3 here. I'm not sure if that's going to matter. If I would have blocked correctly, we'd be +3 right now. And I think we'd still be dead anyways. Yeah, we'd have died. We'd have died regardless. I guess we're live to like a Pontiff here, maybe. Oliver's. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pack it in. I'm going to go ahead and cut the Lark. A card does not seem particularly great in this matchup. And bring in the Path to Exile. I think that's the only change I want to make. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and submit. Yep, Nahiri's great. Definitely agree. Sorry if I'm not keeping up with everything that's in chat. A lot of people posting. Congrats on your state's top 8. Deck's very good. Hoping to run it 4 for 4 at the 4th Invitational this weekend. Or the 4th Open this weekend. You really need 3 red Shocklands to cast Kiki. You need 3 red Shocklands really isn't optional, in my opinion. That's why there's 2 stopping grounds. Gavany Township helps you win games you should already be winning. Gavany, I've never... I think I can like count on one hand the number of times I've looked at a game and I've gone back and gone, man, if I would have had Gavany Township, I'd have been a lot better off this game. And I'm sure we're just about to get Zealous Persecution here. Like on our one hand where Zealous is good against us because we only play 5 mana creatures, but you know, when we get 3 for 1 tier, I'll just like cry myself to sleep. No idea. Haven't really been paying much attention to Standard. Good draw, opponent. Good draw. Opponent's deck is weird. Thanks, Worth. Appreciate it. If we wanted to play something like Deceiver Exarch, we wouldn't splash a 5th color. We'd just play Village Bellringer, and we don't want that type of effect. Well, I guess I should path during his upkeep. Or before he attacks. Maybe these 2 cards kill him. That's the out here. Or he could keep drawing lands like a professional. A lot of the people posting questions in chat should take the time to read some of the content that I've put out about Kiki. You're asking a lot of redundant questions that I've definitely covered a number of times. I've got a primer written on SCG. I got primers written almost everywhere. You should check. You should just do a Google search, Jeff Hoagland Kiki Chord primer, and just, you know. Wow, he's bringing Slaughter games. All right, or Stain the Mind or whatever it's called. Naming Kiki? Please name Kiki and not Resto. If your name's Resto, I'll probably concede. Yeah, okay. Now we're done. Before, we might have been able to, like, pontiff into stuff, but without the Resto in hand, we're just too far behind. Don't make deck building decisions to hedge games where you get unlucky. That would be my comment about Nahiri there versus Corsair. Plus, we weren't drawing lands, so like Corsair wouldn't have found us lands because we bricked off on lands for 3 more turns after that, so wouldn't have done anything. I have no idea about my opponent's deck. I know Tokens is solidly a tier 2 deck, and every time I've seen Tokens played in the past, it seems like a bad Jund or Abzan deck. So if you have Dark Confidant, you should probably just be playing Jund or Abzan. The new Avacyn in this deck specifically was worse than Revelark almost every time I got it. I mean, we have 7 accelerants. We're playing a 7th accelerant. And yeah, the games where they kill 3 of your accelerants and then you draw all of your 4-drops, it looks heavy on 4-drops. That's fair. The only thing I think about Black-White Tokens in general is that it's probably a fine budget deck to bridge you into a better deck. Alright, Gataxian Probe. Hopefully Delver, otherwise probably dead. Storm or whatever else plays this. If you're looking to run Nahiri. I mean, Noble also is fine at getting you to your 4-drops. Like, Noble Hierarch is better than Wall a lot of the time, I think. I mean, her flip... Which of our creatures does it kill? It kills... It does not kill most of our creatures. It kills... 7... Sometimes 8. Like, Voice getting killed isn't even a problem. Like, that's a bonus most of the time. Infect. Alrighty. You know? Sometimes you just die. I don't think I'm going to be streaming the set release with Hex. I'm going to be figuring out what cards I want to add to new decks in Hex, and then probably stream Thursday once I get some of those cards. I mean, getting Spell Snared and being a 2-drop is worse too a lot of the times. Like, this deck is already super heavy. Like, we look at our curve here. We have 13 2-drops. This is the reason why I'm trying a 5th bird. I might even try a 6th one. Like, there's so many 2-drops in this deck. Play this first to try and get to some removal. I don't play any limited in any game. RQR Master X85 with the 3-month resub. Thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate it. Okay, well that's a reason to have played the Voice of Resurgence, I suppose. This doesn't even net him damage, right? This is just like the same as doing this. So the Dismember on the wall really didn't gain him anything there, which is interesting. Yep, definitely does that. And like the Exalted's not irrelevant. I really think the fact that we have such a high density of 2-drops is what made me want to try the Noble Hierarch as a 7th accelerant. Like we have a lot of 2-drops. So we're dead to mutagenic growth here. We're also dead to like land any pump spell. Oh, we're just dead to any pump spell because he has Noble Hierarch. Yeah, so probably dead here on a scale of 1 to dead. Which, you know, just like a little bit too slow on the draw. Which, you know, it's going to happen sometimes. Infect's a good deck. They're quick. And he's killing us, you know, turn 4 on the play. We just didn't have any Path to Exiles or anything. Yep. GG, opponent. I think having 2 nobles is reasonable. I don't know if it's good. I haven't tried it. I think it's not unreasonable. Lone Missionary's not good. Lark isn't good. Voice isn't stellar. Maybe trim a chord. And here you might be a little too clunky. I just don't want any of the voices. I could see that. Yeah, I think I'm going to try this. Oh, Scavenging Ooze is bad. That's definitely true. Leave the extra chord in. This might be cutting too many creatures. How many 2 and less do we have? We have 13 2 or less? That's probably fine. I think the organized play changes have no bearing on my life, and I've intentionally structured my life to not be affected by Wizards' poor decision making. The only poor decisions Wizards can make to affect my life are the modern ban list and things that happen to Magic Online. Sure, I just think we have too many 2-drops to be playing another one. I'm going to put a Linvala back in the deck here after this league. Easy mulligan. This hand's really good with a green source. This hand's really good with a green source. Eidolon's great, that's why I'm playing it. Bottom. We might not play Magic this game. Fair warning. We might just not play anything. Oh, bringing Eidolon in this matchup. I don't know if I love Eidolon in this matchup. We've got a lot of 3s. That's clunky. The only Wizards has consistently proven that the only thing they are good at doing is designing Magic cards. Well, you know, we tried. Both teams tried hard. I mean, I always think Magic Online can't possibly get worse, and then every time they release an update, I just, like, the game loads slower and slower. So, you know, just don't put it past them. I'm already qualified for the Players' Championship, so that's basically irrelevant to me. And anyone jumping in now for a chance at a PC slot is going to be 135 points behind me, so. Alright, you know, theoretically can die here. Distortion Strike kill me? Distortion Strike kill me? Okay, this Pontiff's going to be medium. Not the worst, but not the best. We're going to 3 here. Man, if we had missed a land drop, this hand would be really good, which, I guess is why we kept it. Like, it had Path, it had Pontiff, it had Bird. Sans mutagenic growth. We get to kill his idiots here. The infect matchup is just, it's super, there's not a ton of decision making play against infect with this deck. You need to draw the right half of your deck. I guess the most important thing against infect is because which card you have is so important, your mulliganing decisions are what matter the most. Like, we're probably just going to get like Become Immense here and die, I assume. If we just get hit for 3, that would be great. Would not be sad. Well, this is a land for next turn at least. Let me go ahead and attack with Pontiff here. It's unfortunate. He has so many resources. If we draw if he doesn't kill us this turn, and if he doesn't kill us through the path, and we draw an untapped land next turn, we have a very good chance to get his guy between Resto, Pontiff, and path. If he has like Rancor here plus Protection Spell, we're probably just screwed. If he has Pump Spell plus Protection Spell, I guess we're screwed. I don't want to throw the bird under the bus. I feel like we're just guaranteed losing this game if we throw the bird under the bus, so I'm just going to like take the hit. I might path this now. I guess I'll wait and see what he plays. If he plays another idiot, I'm not going to path it. I'll wait and just Resto. Yeah, I told some idiot to wank off because he had no idea. He had never met me in person before, and he was bad mouthing the ever living out of me. So yeah. Spell Pierce, sure. Okay, well, we get to Resto the Pontiff this turn. I think Resto Pontiff is better than, yeah, it's definitely better than that because otherwise we die to just Exalted here. I think it's right to just path it regardless there. Like, the thing about playing against Infect is you don't know if they have Pierce or Dispel. Sometimes they have a mix of the two. Dead to Distortion Strike. Block. So I assume this is a pump spell, trading with my Resto. Fine, sure, yep, I'm fine with that trade. I feel like I'm supposed to just witness back the path here. It's the most efficient use of our mana. No, I haven't really sat down to think about it yet. I've got so much going on this week. This is the last week I'm teaching a class. I recorded a set review with CVM. I had to write a review packet for today. I have to write an exam for Wednesday. Like, I have 2 articles due by Wednesday night, so I'm probably sitting down Wednesday night after I turn in all of my articles to figure out what I'm doing with what. Just taking 1 here, unless he tries to pump. Play that tapped. Play Spellskite so he can't protect his idiot. Attack him for 3 here. Drawing a Chord would be sweet because we have a Malira post board. I say thanks to everyone for hanging out here this evening. We've got almost a little over 500 people, so thank you for that. There's a lot of different people you could be watching or things you could be doing on a Monday night, so I appreciate you choosing to spend some of your time here. I'm going to go ahead and block this in case this combat goes poorly for us somehow. So I'm going to path this before damage. Nahiri offers what Dead President said. Nahiri offers similar dynamics to Courser while offering more upside against particular things. If he has a Blighted Agent here, we're in a little bit of trouble. We need to rip a red source or removal spell or a chord. Another Inkmoth Nexus, sure. What am I supposed to do? I feel like this is close. I think I'm gonna go Nahiri into Bird. Bin this Sin Collector. Yeah, I'm gonna go Nahiri into Bird here. We need to find an answer to this Inkmoth Nexus. The thing about Nahiri and Courser is that if Courser is never letting you draw lands, you usually don't have things to discard with Nahiri. Is the thing about that. Like, in order for Courser and Nahiri to be good together, like, you have to have bad cards to discard, and Courser usually means you're not drawing the bad cards. So we are dead to Apostle's Blessing here because Apostle's Blessing is target creature he controls. But other than that, we're looking in good shape. Throwing a bird under a bus. Dead to Apostle's Blessing. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Did I just, like, plus this and not do anything? Yeah, I'm just not discarding anything. No. Planeswalkers cannot get poison counters. Yeah, I can play both games just fine. In fact, I stream both games on this channel. Stream Hex a couple times a week, Magic a few times a week. We are not playing Hornet Queen currently, no. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and submit. I feel like there's a world where Kiki Pontiff could lose. There's not a world where Malira Spellskite loses. Mana base only a mother could love. The old Firelit Thicket Stomping Ground. Orzhov Pontiff. This sand's too slow. We're going to mulligan. Keep looking for a red source. It isn't just about jamming 7-drops into our deck. It's about half. This is going to be a good curve, I feel like. It's about playing cards that fix problems the deck has. That's what it's about. I just sell cards to card hoarder. They always just mail you a check, and it's super easy and convenient. I think I was supposed to lead on Plains there in case there's a world where I want to play this on too, but I feel like I'm just always going Malira into Spellskite. Am I going to stream Chord tomorrow? Probably. I'm leading on Spellskite because this card's more important, and he could have... He showed us he plays Dismember, so I'd much rather this get Dismembered than this. This gets Twisted Imaged, but I think we're pretty unlikely to get Twisted Imaged and die this turn. He attacks with Glistener Elf. I'm just going to go ahead and block. I'm going to block, because if he has a Pump Spell, I'll just redirect the Pump Spell to Spellskite. So Spellskite becomes a negative 2/2. You have a Blighted Agent, sure. This deck is just bigger than the Malira deck. Not to mention the Malira deck gaining infinite life doesn't beat our deck. We are just on one single PN Krendalar because we have 3 Nahiri. We are not playing any Legacy today. We probably won't be playing Legacy till next week. It's been a while since we've had Modern, so we're gonna enjoy it while we've got it here. Alright, well, there's one Dismember. So save the Malira. Watch him have another. Dismember us, kill us. That'd be a good curve. No blocks. Yeah, Waffleophagus, they're the same. And of course Wall of Roots isn't working correctly. What do you think this is? So, we got an interesting question here. I think I just want to, like, Nahiri downtick, kill this agent. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. And then, like, if he has a protection spell, he gets to save it, and then he has to kill the Nahiri. This is worse against Spell Pierce, but I think it's better if he doesn't have that. And like I said, usually they run a Spell Pierce to Spell Split, so I don't like playing around Spell Pierce. I will try and play around Dispel when possible, but playing around Spell Pierce I usually just don't do. Damn it, you got a Pulse of Blessing, that's fine. I'm not attacking into the Glistener Elf here because if he has a Pump Spell, I don't want to trade my Malira for a Pump Spell. So I'm assuming this is attacking Nahiri. Yep, so we gained 2 here. So Nahiri dealt 2, got a card out of his hand, and gained us 2, so that's fine. We are playing 3 Nahiris today. We've been playing 3 Nahiris for a little while now. Say welcome to everyone that's hanging out here this evening. A little over 700 people now, it looks like. Oh, that's a bad draw. I think I'm going to expose myself to being able to be killed this turn and just play... Yeah, I'm just going to play PNK out, especially since we drew this Resto. So then next turn we have Helix and PNK. He could just like Pump Spell us out of the game with regular damage here on an unblockable guy. I've definitely lost Infect with Malira in play before. Yep, dead. Groundswell or +6/+6, and then use this. Like I said, this might have been a little aggressive. It's possible I'm supposed to go tapped land, hold Helix up here. If he has Become Immense, he hits us for 12. If he has Become Immense, Mutagenic Growth, we die. Yeah, sweet. Just passes priority. That's good for us. We're going to use our removal spells on... Oh, that's awkward. Huh. Huh. So I think I'm playing this for 2. Yeah, I think I am. And this way, he basically just can't go for anything, because if he goes for trying to kill us with a Blighted Agent, we blow this in response. And it's possible I'm supposed to be more aggressive here with this Thopter, with my Thopters. Like, he is a 10, so... The other thing worth noting is that we're still at 0 infect, which means killing Melira is kind of like a life reset at a certain point, because then he has to start dealing infect instead of dealing regular damage. Probably not streaming Hex tomorrow, Boffety. Colin's doing a long stream tomorrow, and I don't really play Limited, so I'm going to spend some time working on new Constructed ideas, and then probably stream a bunch of Constructed on Thursday. I think so. Like, he can't interact with this. He doesn't have anything that gives his guys indestructible, and we can block Glistener Elf. So, I feel like this puts him in a pretty unwinnable spot. And if he just passes priority here, we're just taking 2. If he doesn't try and pump anything, we're just going to 5. Sure. I think I'm just going to kill a Noble Hierarch here. That doesn't seem unreasonable. If he has, like, Nature's Claim here, we could get in trouble for this. He does have 3 cards. This might be incorrect. I don't know. I feel like between Dismember and other things, he probably doesn't have that many claims in his deck post reserves against us. Do I want to swing with everything? I feel like I want to swing with both of these. Yeah, I'm just going to swing. I'm going to swing with these 2 idiots here. Just pressure his life total. I mean, he was dead this turn, assuming absolutely no blocks. Oh, I guess if I attack with... maybe I'm supposed to attack with this here. Yeah, he's blocking anyway, so this is fine. Pass priority. Do I want to Helix this idiot? I feel like I want to Helix this idiot. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Howdy, anaphylactic. No blocks. Again, just taking 2 here unless he tries to kill us. Yeah, Hex is a lot of Hex is a good time. If you're interested in checking out Hex, I have an article about it. I stream that a couple times a week here as well. And they have a new set releasing tomorrow, so I'm gonna be streaming that a lot later this week for sure. Yeah, man, take two. The slow burn. How can he kill us? Hex is on Steam, yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna ship here with these two again. Infect is basically the most explosive deck left in the game, or left in the format. Okay. Easy to get cards for a good deck in Hex. Yeah, there's two different options. You can either offer up your wallet, which the decks, if you're paying cash for them, range anywhere from like $30 to $150 for a lot of different reasonably powerful ones. And then you could also... Oh, he doesn't know. Our opponent's about to learn a very important lesson. So this, I will talk about Hex in a second. Inkmoth Nexus, while Malira is in play, does not deal damage. So this is a 7/7 that does not deal damage. Nice. Pia lives. Take two. So Malira says your creatures can't have 1/1 counters placed on them. And this has Infect, even though this says they lose Infect because this gained Infect while this was in play. So it just doesn't deal damage. So that is how Magic works. Magic Online is not messed up. So he is essentially an 07 there. So if a card gains Infect while after Malira has already said you lose Infect, it has Infect even though I can't get poison counters and my creatures can't get -1/- counters. So basically Inkmoth Nexus just is doesn't deal damage. It's just a 1 toughness flying idiot while Malira is in play. That's fair. Yeah, if there was a sword in his Infect deck, we'd have gotten it. You're right. Take 3. No blocks. Ian Unlimited with the 3-month resub. Thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate it. Follows and subs are the two best ways you can show your support for the stream. So I really appreciate people that show that extra support. No one's obligated to do that. So end step, we're going to Resto PNK here, which Resto PNK isn't a combo like Resto Kiki's a combo, but I definitely don't think I've ever lost a game after I've successfully Restoed PNK. Yeah, opponent concedes, not beating a bunch of Thopters. All right. CPU running on screen there. Thank you for the support. Forge Tender helps against burn, and it helps against Forge Tender helps against burn and helps against matches playing Anger of the Gods. And just random lightning bolt decks. Mana base, only a mother could love. Only a mother could love. I'm just supposed to mulligan this, right? Like, yeah. This is much better. This is much better. That's interesting. We can cast this relatively quickly, like turn 4, and like start Kikiing Voice. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this, actually. Set Illusion, my motto in every game, including hexes: beg, borrow, and steal. I own as little cards as possible at everything. Suicide. I think the Suicide deck is explosive and inconsistent. I mean, I'd be a little upset if the company that I depended on for my paycheck decided they wanted to poop all over me. I don't like getting pooped on. That's just rude. I think I'm going to shock myself here. Yeah, I'm going to shock myself here to play around Leonin Arbiter Ghost Quarter. Foot and Mouth 5 with the brand new sub. Welcome to the stream. I really appreciate the support, mate. You bring us to 78 out of 150 towards our next 12-hour stream. So for those that are new, every time someone subs or resubs, we had a tick to the counter. And then when the counter hits the goal, I stream for 12 hours. When are we going to hit up the vintage scene? I'm not sure. I mean, I don't get money from companies that do that, so come on. Like, with all the poor decisions WotC's been making, are they really that surprised that come on, play Leonin Arbiter. Blade Placer, sure. Do I want to kill this? I feel like I want to kill this. Yeah, I'm going to kill this 3/3. I'm going to shock myself here. If he has Path, this is a little annoying, but if he doesn't have a removal spell for this, Kiki Voice gets out of control pretty quick. So for those of you that have never seen this interaction before, Kiki says you sacrifice the copy it creates. So at the end step, we're going to get a Voice Elemental token here. The platinum changes do not have a direct impact on my life, so not really. I consider myself a Magic professional because I make money largely producing content such as the stream you're watching right here. So I stream, I write, I do lots of stuff. So there's more to Magic content than just, you know, what people make at events. Spell. Oh. Oh. That's unfortunate. Feel like I want to ship with this. If he has Flicker Wisp, we're probably just dead either way. I guess that's not true. We'll play around a Flicker Wisp for now, I suppose. Fetching in response in case this is an Aven Mind sensor. Or just another Blade Splicer. Okay, good to play around. I think I'm chumping with voice here. Yeah, I'm chumping with voice. Like, we're taking 6 a turn. I do not want to... I don't really think I want to take that. So PN Crindalar or Chord for PN Crindalar would be great here. A spell would be good. Alright, that's a redraw. I'll take it. Okay, we had worse cards to draw than that. I think I want to keep this in my hand in case we draw a Nahiri here. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely what's happening. Flicker Wisp, killing a token. Yep. It's unfortunate. Another Flicker Wisp. Pathing this now. And then I suppose we hit Pontiff or Chord. We're still in this game. Check my chord guide on SCG. It's like the ultimate chord guide to regionals or something like that. They titled it. Bodhi Linux 4.0 will be based on Ubuntu 16.04, and that'll release sometime in mid to late August, probably. I always wait for their first 0.01 release to update Bodhi, just so they get their kinks out. No, I don't think any of my students know that I play Magic professionally. Oh, I guess Chord's not great because he has Mind Sensor. Alright, maybe we'll get lucky. Yeah, sure. Resto is besto. Alright, that's a Chord, ladies and germs. Wish I had played this last turn. Yeah, I guess I'm just shipping the turn here. We're gonna chord for 4 when he attacks, and if we hit Resto, Pia, or Pontiff, we get to live. No, the 0.0 are scheduled maintenance releases. I always wait for the first scheduled maintenance release. Alright, spin the wheel. Alright, might get to see something. Show me what you're working with. Yeah, we had a reasonable number of hits there. Oh, he drew Path anyways? Alright, so we were probably dead regardless of what we hit. I guess, yeah, we were dead regardless of what we hit, because even if we hit Pontiff, he could have pathed the bird before blocks. So sure, good beats. Rex Sage is fine. Helix and Skoos are fine. Lark is awkward. Chord is awkward. Pontiff and Collector. I guess Pontiff's fine to draw. We wanted it that game. Let's try this configuration. I mean, there's definitely going to be multiple people playing Chord this weekend. Likely myself as well. And the nice thing about having 2 buys is I wanted to play against the deck our opponent's playing. always lead on your fetch lands in this matchup because of all of their search hate. Questions about Bodhi. Bodhi is a lightweight Ubuntu-based Linux distribution that uses an Enlightenment-based desktop. You can read about it on the website. I am not playing Realm Razor any longer. That is correct. Peace, Bitter Mommy. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. The problem with explosives is that I guess he has more threes than we do. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in some number of explosives. Just like, we have a lot of overlapping converted mana costs with what they're doing. Like, we have a lot of overlapping mana costs with what they're doing. So I could play Lone Missionary here, and then play this untapped, and then Resto the Missionary on his turn. That seems okay. Affinity's been basically non-existent. I just submitted my article to MTG Card Market for this week, and it's taking a look at what the modern format looks like from the 4 large events that we've had since the ban list updated. And this is the first time I've done one of these modern assessments that Affinity hasn't been like one of the top 5 decks in the format. I think gaining 4 life is better than resetting Wall of Roots here. Yeah, man. And he has to kill this because it's just better than all of the cards in his deck. Of course they didn't fix Wall. I mean, Wall's only been broken since January. Why would they fix it? Explain quality. Hashtag Magic Online. You know, I should have gotten a basic forest here, I think, because I'm going to hold this Stomping Ground since we have a bunch of Nahiris in our deck. Do you have a first strike guy? Is Athalia? This has got to be Athalia, right? Oh. Right. This idiot. That's fine. We have a Scavenging Ooze. Alright, his land cantrips is pretty good for him. I mean, I'm not quiet about it. Everyone hears me trash talking Magic Online. I think I'm going to offer this trade here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and offer this trade here. He's got, like, paths and stuff in his deck. And maybe I'm actually supposed to offer... Maybe I'm supposed to throw the Voice under a bus, too, just to, like, get an elemental token. Alright, I'm just going to eat my Lone Missionary here. I'm not going to play the Helix out right now because he could have Flicker Wisp off this Aether Vial. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and do this during his upkeep. Alright, he was playing well and he sandbagged it. Sure. This still saves us some life points. We do need to find another resto pretty quickly, though. It gives me free leagues. I mean, it does give me free leagues. You're not wrong. See Pikachu running on screen there. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate the support. I think I missed one in there too. So thank you to everyone that takes the time there to press that little follow button below. I really appreciate it. All right, yeah, I'm just going to start swinging with this voice because we need to race here. I think I'm actually going to... Yeah, I'm going to activate this wall of roots so I can kill it and make my scavenging ooze bigger. That's not the spell I was hoping to draw. I'm going to go ahead and ship with these two. I just want to, like, try and get him under the abyss ASAP. Peace, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Right? Hey, and remember, we are only forcing the change to V4 so we can improve the client instead of having to maintain V3 anymore. So I think I'm throwing Birds of Paradise under the bus here. What punishes me? Like drawing exactly Pontiff punishes me for throwing the bird away, but it makes Scavenging Ooze bigger. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw the bird away. Watch me. I'm sure we're about to rip Pontiff here. Like, that's just how this works, is we draw Pontiff now. But, you know. Drew another bird to throw under a bus. Alright. If he kills the voice, we get an elemental, and Scavenging Ooze continues to grow, so... Do a 4-drop? Oh, that's really good. Just all right, let's make some changes. What did I want to do here? So 3-2 that league, like the casual that I am. What did I want to change? I wanted to add a Linvala back in. I wanted to add an Aven Mind Sensor in. I wanted to trim a Helix, I think. I think I'm going to try not playing the Stony Silences. The Hierarch's been good. Having a 5th bird is reasonable. He's going to blink the Scavenging Ooze, which means we can no longer race. Alright, so I think this is what I want to do. So, Mind Sensor, Scape Shift has been getting increasingly popular in paper. So I think I want an extra hedge against that. And Mind Sensor does that nicely. Linval, and this is also good in the mirror, and it's good against reasonable against Abzan Company as well. MTGO testing isn't great because all of the deck choices, because MTGO is so expensive, a lot of the deck choices that you play against are skewed towards budget choices. I've played, I played 3 Modern Opens this year, a Modern Invitational, Modern Classics. Never once played against the Leonin Arbiter. Like 60 sanctioned Modern matches this year, never played against Leonin Arbiter. We play against Leonin Arbiter on Magic Online, I don't know, once a league at minimum, probably more than that. Mind Sensor does not hit Collected Company. That is correct. No, I've not looked at I mean, the documentary that isn't even accurate anymore, right? Like, the documentary is talking about, like, becoming a professional Magic player on Wizard Circuit, and you can't do that anymore because the Platinum Dream is dead. So I think this is good. Maybe I'll even just do 60, 63, 12. Try the Mind Sensor in the main. I don't hate drawing this card. So, like, this is 8 bullets, 4 removal spells in the reserves here. I mean, just like professional Magic just means something different now. Like, the professional Magic players that will continue to remain will be like myself, not only in the fact that they will have to, like, be more cash conscious of the events that they're playing, but they're also going to have to produce content. Like, I stream and I write. Like, those are the ways I derive my living playing Magic. Like, I do, I make, maybe, I don't even know what the numbers are. I was going to make up a number, but, some thousands of dollars per year actually playing Magic in tournaments. But really, the bulk of the money I make as what I consider a professional Magic player is content production. I board down to 60 in every card. Every single card. You should make changes for the format you expect, but I think Sin Collector is good in the generic format that I'm expecting Modern to be. Yeah, my wife is what you would classify as a real adult with a 9 to 5, 40-hour-a-week job. Sounds keepable. The worst thing about Magic Online is they get to know I'm playing 63 cards game one. In paper, you just, like, they don't get to know that because no one's going to ask to count your deck. Maybe I would not be surprised if many of the professional players who, hey, look, Escape Shift, we just put Mind Sensor in the main. If many of the people who play professional Magic on the East Coast that are currently traveling to GPs change to playing the SCG Tour events. So I think I'm going to play out Wall of Omens as opposed to another voice. Maybe this is wrong. Like, this hand's probably not beating Anger anyways, although Chord's a good start. I wish we had that one turn sooner. Hopefully he gets an island here. The blue Scape Shift decks and Bring to Light aren't unwinnable. The straight green-red Titan Shift matchup is just... yeah, this is probably Titan Shift, and we're just going to get ranched here. Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't play the voice out. Come on, Magic Online. There you go. Good Magic Online. Do I want another white source here? I feel like I want another white source to go boop boop next turn. Okay, so you're saying there's a chance. So I want to play this to not deal damage to ourselves. Do this. White, white, cast this idiot, pass the turn. I am not going to be at GP New York. I don't travel to GPs by and large. I am going to be at GP Charlotte because it's a modern Grand Prix, and people on stream donated for me to attend, so. And SCG's running it, so it might not suck as much. Oh, he's playing Breach Shift. Yeah, really just can't win. Emrakul? Oh, yeah, look at that. Get got. So the deck our opponent's playing isn't terribly consistent, and it often loses to decks like Burn and Infect, so it's fine. Like, not every deck has all good matchups in Modern, and like if a deck had all good matchups in Modern, it would be Eldrazi, and then we'd ban it. So it's important to remember that part of the variance in Magic at all formats is matchup variance. So yeah, man, fair. Forge Tender, Helix, Fulminator Mage, maybe this. Pontiff ain't great, Lark ain't great, Pia ain't great, Nahiri's probably not great, Scavenging Ooze isn't great, Quelsley Pride Mage is medium. I feel like I have to have Acceleration in this matchup. I guess Voice doesn't really do anything. Just gets like Anger of the Gods. Doesn't seem unreasonable to cut. But like we couldn't have even courted for that. We couldn't have even courted for it in that situation. So like it was mostly irrelevant what you're asking about. Bolt the bird. Yep. I almost let on Forge Tender, but I think that's fine. The Metals, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. It's a real shame he had the Bolt for the bird, because otherwise we'd have gotten a Mind Sense for this. Sweet. Probably get to Mind Sensor this one, though. I'm gonna go ahead and attack here. He'll block and sacrifice it. We'll Mind Sensor him. And he's pretty likely to hit a basic through a Mind Sensor, but, you know. So, the reason why I haven't played this card in a long time is every time I put it into play, it essentially doesn't have text on it. My opponent just like hits the cards they're looking for anyways. So this card has failed to have text on it twice now. It's possible to earn a living as a pro Hex player. They are just starting to have large cash events. So they do not quite have their game just came out of beta as of this month. Last month? A month ago? 2 months ago? Not sure what I want to do here. I think I want to just play Missionary out, gain some life. We have to wasteland him at least because he wants to draw this Anger of the Gods. I mean, again, no more Modern Pro Tours has no effect on my life, so probably irrelevant. If we hit an untapped land here, we can Eternal Witness back the Forge Tender and replay it. Yay! Mind Sensor did something! Yay! Mind Sensor! That's not bad. Let's play this. You get to kill a Scorcher Griffix. You get to crack him for 4. Now that he has Courser, I think I'm going to bring in Rex Sage for the third game. Yeah, probably, Mafats. Come on, mind sensor. Come on, mind sensor. Censor your mind. Censor your mind. Oh, yeah. Too much censorship. To be fair, Solution, you could have won more. They offered you an opportunity to make enough money to live on for a year. You just lost. You can't lose, man. Don't be a loser. I don't think Eidolon's good enough against the non-blue version. I think it's probably not good enough. Yeah, we've been having a lot of really good numbers, so I appreciate everyone coming and hanging out here, playing some Magic, watching me play some Magic. I think we're supposed to mulligan this. The good worth giveth, the good worth taketh away. I'm gonna keep this and look for a white source. That feels bad to bottom. Mind Sensor's one-sided for reference. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This, Yes, my deck's just like spitting on my face. Had it. Never didn't have it. Man, if we would have, if this would have been a Copperline Gorge or a Grove of the Burn Willows, we would have gotten to play this on 1, and then play this on 2, and play this on 2. Sin Prodder's fine in the Mardu deck I played it in. Cards need context in formats and decks. He did anger just to kill a bird. I mean, we missed a land drop. Like, I'd anger to kill a bird. People that see hands like this one that I kept and say, you got punished, so it's a bad keep, don't understand how to mulligan. And let's educate instead of just being rude. There's a line of logic when you are playing Magic where you have to make a conscious decision. Do I think this hand has a better chance of drawing a white source, or do I think I have a better chance of winning on 5 cards? And like, you weigh that against itself. And like, I think my percentage of drawing one of my 14 white sources in 3 looks is higher than my percentage of beating my opponent with a random 5-card hand. And like, that's a very real, it doesn't make the keep greedy, it doesn't make the keep wrong. It's called a percentage play, which is something you will often make in Magic when you're trying to give yourself the best possible chance to win a game. I agree. We are very likely just dead. You think the do nothing until turn 4, have to hit a 4th land drop for the hand to even do close to anything is keepable? I disagree. Wait just a second for people watching the commercial to catch up. Saints keepable. Okay, so people that have watched the channel before have heard me talk about why Green Sun Zenith shouldn't be legal. So the problem with Green Sun Zenith being legal in the format is that it reduces deck diversity among decks that can produce green mana. If Green Sun Zenith is legal in Modern, every deck that produces green mana almost, except for like maybe Scapeshift, starts with the following like 9 cards. It starts with 4 Green Sun Zeniths, a Dryad Arbor, a Quasley Pride Mage, maybe a Godok Teague, probably an Eternal Witness, and like 1 or 2 other green utility cards. Lido1572 with the brand new sub. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate the support, mate. Subbing goes above and beyond what people are required to do to show their support, and I really appreciate that, man. Or woman. May you be. I should not assume. So I think we just double spell here. I'm not sure what our opponent's playing. Probably, I think I would put them on Abzan mid-range at this point in a tournament. Delirium is not free. Everyone talks about these Delirium cards like enabling Delirium as a given, and it's not. Abzan Charm, draw 2? That would be hot. Oh, God, mad respect. Opponent definitely on Abzan mid-range. The person that wants to play Green Sun Zenith wants it unbanned. Mind blown. Like, yeah, not to mention that too. Kibler can go back to playing Hearthstone. I think I'm going to preserve my life total because opponent is likely playing a Siege Rhino deck. If we draw Kiki Chord, we're a little upset, but I guess we could just Ghost Quarter ourselves if that comes up. Yeah, Kibler's like you know who you want to ask? Like, ask Patrick Chapin if he thinks Green Sun Zenith is okay in Modern. Like, that's who you want to ask. Ask the Grixis player if he thinks it's okay. If he agrees that it's okay, then they can have it. No, don't discard spell me. I like my Chord. You see, subs make me happy because money makes my wife happy. And, you know, happy wife, happy life. Everyone knows that that's married. Please, no Wrath of God. Just play a Siege Rhino. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big Daddy Rhino. Daddy's home. All right, so what are we doing here? I can Chord for up to 5. So I think I'm just playing this, and I'm playing Skite out, and then we have Chord for 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think I want Chord for 4 up. We get like PNK if he thought seizes us or something. He thought about playing his discard spell last turn, so this works out okay for us. So we're gonna go ahead and cash this in. I think I'm just getting P and K here. I don't have a standard event for a while, so I really don't have an educated answer on that that to give you. You can have my Quasley Pride Mage. Enjoy. I guess I shouldn't F6 because I have a Spellskite. Yeah, Kiki the voice token would have been okay, but I really don't want to lose my Kiki to a Path to Exile here. Path P and K. I feel like I'm okay with this. Yeah, I really don't need to throw the Thopters, I don't think. Trying to grab my mountain. I just wanted like the bodies here so I can go ahead and like have voice tokens be huge. Well, he was casting Thoughtseize, so if we get Witness and get back Chord, he's just gonna take the Chord away. So he's probably shipping for 4 here since the voices are tapped out for now. At least that's what I assume. Yeah, that's a good attack. I'm just going to go ahead and take it. I'm glad we didn't fetch shock earlier. He saw the Razor. He saw this. He doesn't know about this. I'm going to go ahead and play this out. I'm going to hold this extra land so that way we can pitch that to a Nahiri at some point. We do stream Legacy occasionally. I've been playing Mono Red Sneak Attack in Legacy lately. I like Verdict in general, I think. I mean, Path to Exile is an exceptionally powerful card. Why no attack with Orthopters? Because something could happen that could make me want to throw them under a bus. I guess that's fair, though. Maybe that's just like 2 points of damage that I didn't take for free here. Like, I guess, like, the only world where I want to throw a Thopter under a bus here is where he has, like, triple path, and that's, like, super unlikely. These voice tokens are huge, which is nice. He can't even Liliana Edict me. Declaration in Stone doesn't seem unreasonable in red Blood Moon decks. That would be... That's my opinion on that matter, I think. I think I'm just going to go Chomp here, gain 4. Yeah, using the wall as a gain 4 seems fine. If he has like an Abrupt Decay here, he could decay the wall and get damage through, but now I have a 6/6. Yep. Another Rhino, sure. So not cracking. Maybe I should have played the Razor Verge Thick instead of playing the Fetch Land out. That's a good draw. So this could hopefully encourage him to make a bad attack here. Again, I'm holding this land in case we draw a Nahiri at some point. Wow, that's really good. I haven't seen that out of Abzan in a while. Yep. Because that can kill this elemental, and I can't Spellskite it because Spellskite doesn't have enough power. No attacks, huh? Okay. Is he gonna draw cards with it? Maybe he doesn't know how this interaction works. Well, that was a phenomenal draw. And God said, "Let there be 7/7s," and it came to be. So again, for people that haven't seen this interaction and weren't here earlier, Kiki says sacrifice at end step, so this is going to sacrifice to make a voice elemental here. Two free points of damage. Is he really casting a spell at my end step? That seems loose. Whoa, this is really bad for him. He should let this sacrifice at least. Alright, well I have infinite elementals. This is probably the game. My opponent has made a pretty large misplay here. He just said oops in chat. So make it rain, elementals. Make it rain! Rain elementals! It's like casual 40 power. Opponent concedes. Yep. Don't like this. Don't like this. Don't like this. Don't like this. Some of the mana creatures are generally bad. Helix actually isn't all that great. Collect 2 of these. I mean, I had Spellskite and I had Path to Exile. So, like, I could have pathed the one he targeted or Spellskited it. I think I like this board configuration. I'm not a fan of Fulminator in this matchup. Yeah, I think I like this. I like the random Pride Mage just in case he brings in something like Rest in Peace or something random. I guess one of Rest in Peace is great, but like random like Ghostly Prison or something like that. Oh, Abzan will have Lingering Souls usually, won't they? I don't know. He had Eternal Witness, which may or may not mean Lingering Souls. So I guess if we see Souls, we'll bring the Pontiff back in. But I brought E in as well, so we're not just hosed by Souls, and we have Restos also, but. In general, I think you're right. We should probably just hedge and leave Pontiff in. Hey, Cruise again. You know who plays Abzan? Jund players who are sick of losing the mirror. Man, I hate mulliganing against discard decks, but that's not keepable at 7. Yeah, this 6 is very reasonable. Probably bottoming anything that's not a land or a 1 or 2 drop. Yeah, definitely bottoming another chord here. I'm going for about 2 hours now. Probably going to do a couple more. Got to get some writing done this evening, but want to make sure we get some good stream time in. I appreciate everyone. All of our subs here that make the streaming possible. Y'all are the best. I like cruising in. Tarmogoose. That's one way to bolt the bird. That is definitely one way to bolt the bird. Liliana would be kind of annoying here, I guess. Yep, will definitely be in Indy for Modern. That is a cool 2.5 hour drive for me, so relatively close. Courser? Witness, sure. Can I get a witness? Amen. He witnessed back the thing that killed my bird. I'm going to witness back my bird. That's like fair turnaround, right? I really wish we had a fetch land here. If there was a fetch land in the bin, I definitely would have gotten that. Howdy, sure. Hey, so. I'm sure I just butchered that. When they path the bird. I think I'm taking this trade. Yeah, I'm going to take this trade. We have Revelark we can get at some point, so that definitely seems okay for us. I want to preserve our life total again against the Siege Rhino deck, so Shock Pass is great for us. Land. Alright, second bird is not the worst unless we get, like, Damnation. But I guess if he's blowing Damnation on 2 birds, I'm okay with that. Yeah, but like you don't make all of your decisions based on like one matchup. Build your own rampant growth. Two drop. Wall of Omens into land. Okay, there's the first part of that. God, I'd have felt like such a wizard if that would have worked. Am I supposed to play one of these EEs out? I feel like I'm going to EE for 2 at some point regardless, so I should probably just... Nah, we'll wait. I'm just not... I'm just... You've gotten timed out before. Just stop making up garbage, Fanatico. Just please. Please, there's enough garbage on the internet. We don't need you spewing more. Stop spewing. Stop spewing! You're abrupt decaying my wall? Yeah, man. Call. Oh no! Oh no, he decayed my wall. How will I win the game? I don't understand. Play this engineered explosives. No modern Pro Tours has no bearing on my life. I will continue to play on the SCG Tour where we have modern invitationals. In fact, every invitational is a modern invitational because SCG knows what events people want to play and see at the highest level. One of the highest levels. Don't want him to trigger raid, so let's just blow this now. Five, 6, 7, 8. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna ship the turn here, and I'm gonna chord for Lark at his end step, I think. Look, the man's playing Abzan Charm. Maybe he's just playing his standard deck. Yeah, man. You got it. Gone. Got me. Got me. There is an Eternal Witness and a Wall of Omens in my graveyard right now. So opponent basically just can't win the game anymore. Play this for 0, blow it up, attack for 8. Again, going to hold this land here because we could draw Nahiri. That does just kill our guy? Yeah. That's fine. He's going to have to... he's going to have to kill this Lark at some point, or it's lethal in 4 turns, so... This card is so busted. It's so good. Like, he needs Scavenging Ooze or this game is over. Scavenging Oozes is out. And if we draw a Chord or a Resto, it's just, like, super done. Again, only going to hold a single land for Nahiri. I think that's more than enough. So I'll play the extra ones out. Oh yeah. Okay, I wish I wouldn't have played my land now. He's already played 2 paths out, so I'm just going to go ahead and Chord for resto now. Because next turn this gets exposed to Abrupt Decay as well as Path. So I'm just going to go ahead and rebuy the Chord. It's slightly worse against Damnation, but still probably fine. Yep, Nahiri's great. I'd really like to... I mean, I'd like to draw her. Sounds wonderful. This is the type of matchup we want her in. Opponent said GG's. Must not have a way to interact with Kiki. I'm just drawing. All the cards! All the cards. I don't have a Nahiri, but we've got all the cards. Where's my Nahiri? All I want is a Nahiri. Where is she? Where is mine? There's 3 of them in here, right? Seriously? Seriously? Where? I mean, I wasn't gonna do this, but like I was expecting to. Okay. Okay. There she is. There, the pretty ladies still in the deck. Pretty lady still in the deck, just making sure. Starting to get a little concerned about her safety. LeClaire Randy with the 3-month resub. I really appreciate the continued support, mate. 3 months is a long time. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it. $80 out of 150. Awesome. The old 6312 here. I'm gonna update my deck list on the meter really quick. The Mom with the follow. Thank you for that. I appreciate that as well. There. Now I'm no longer a liar when I say the deck list is below the stream. It's updated. Is there a way to sub on the mobile app? I think it should be on the right side, Slow Inf, or maybe it's just under the video. You have to not be zoomed in on the full screen. If you have the chat up, you should be able to. I did, and if we get around to streaming standard, it's definitely going to involve a pile of Nahiris. She's just my favorite Magic card right now. I can also just like post the sub link, I think. No, that's not it. God bless my... Yeah, the problem with this Vastwood series is that getting 7 lands in play is hard. And with Nahiri especially, we don't play out all of our lands anymore. We save them to rummage away, so... Ah, yeah! Cut the stony silences, ladies and germs. Time to get punished. Who's excited? Who's excited? Time to get ranched by the robots. God, I think this is the first time we've played against Affinity Online in like the last 4 or 5 leagues. Voice is not great in this matchup. So Voice is a card we cut. We have 2 in the opener, so that's not great. We have a Path for this payoff card. We do still have a Kataki. I cut the Stony Silences, but we do still have a Kataki. Don't blast the bird. Don't blast the bird. Don't blast the bird. A real modern deck has appeared. Yep. So part of me wants to play the Voice of Resurgence out and block the Master of Ethereum and then path it. Yeah, I'm going to do that, actually. So I want to path the Master of Ethereum on this turn cycle, but I would much rather have a Voice token than a Voice of Resurgence. Slow Imp coming through with the promise on the sub. 81 out of 150. Welcome. I appreciate it. No, you have to chord for it on your turn. Now killing this is -3 damage. Okay. Well, I'm no longer going to throw the Voice away. And unfortunately, it's not going to work, so we're going to take away 1 and then 2 points of damage here. So we're going to take 7 and go to 11. So I can play this. I can play this tapped. I can play this bird. So not in a great spot. Well, I appreciate the support either way, Slow Imp. I'm just like super excited that that we get to play against something relevant. Like this is like almost real testing. You know, we get crushed here. I'll put the Stone Silences back in my board, and we'll pretend I never took them out. I mean, we're actually just like never racing what our opponent's doing. We do still have a Kataki, correct. We have 5 Katakis post-board with the, Ooh, Sin Collector. Such a powerful magic card. GG, opponent. GG. Cut all of the cards that are not great. Bring in some cards that are okay. What other cards do I not like? Maybe this many 4s is not great. Nahiri has to exile tapped things. I think Chord's better than Nahiri in this matchup. There's definitely a matchup for the inverse is true, but I think this is a matchup where I prefer Chord to Nahiri. Yeah, so those that are watching, it's your first time by, I archive all of my streams to YouTube, and you can find a link to that below the stream. So, excuse me, if you missed any of this stream or any of my other ones, you can always catch them on there. I think I'm going to cut that because it's too much top end here. Maybe trim 1 Wall of Omens as well. I'm going to trim the Fulminator Mage. It's not stellar. Let's do this. Eternal Witness rebuys Path to Exile. Like, Snapcasting Path is pretty good. This hand's medium. I think it's a keep. I'm going to keep. If we draw Chord, we can Chord for Kataki pretty quickly. Mostly the Leonin Arbiter deck. Modern Pro Tours have no effect on my life, so the circuit that I play on still has Modern being played at their highest level because they know it's a format people enjoy watching. And SCG makes decisions based on getting coverage and sales, so, you know, they're good at their business. Whereas Wizards of the Coast makes decisions based on, I don't know, rolling dice probably. So Malira is here to be a grizzly bear that fights Inkmoth Nexus. Venom, I'm sorry. Post a question. I will try and get it. There's a lot of people in chat today, and I'm trying to catch them. I'm trying to catch them all. I promise. They're like Pokemon, so you just can't catch all of them. No matter how hard you try, you just can't catch all the Pokemons. They probably use a dartboard. Yeah, look at me. I'm the DCI. Woo! Oh. That's pretty good. I guess I can explosives that away next turn. Yep. And we didn't draw a spell, so, you know. 1, 2, 3. Trade 5 mana for your 3. What could it be? This is a card we couldn't beat, so we will blow it up. Boom goes the dynamite. Wizards is run by Twitch chat secretly. Yep. I just don't understand it. I feel like their decision-making process can only lead to the logic that they hate money. Like, they have to hate money, right? Can we draw a spell? Yeah, we drew a spell! I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have drawn a spell. I'm going to offer this trade, and then we can path this in response if he takes it. He's probably not going to take it, but I'm going to put it on the table. Do I want to path now? I should probably just path now, right? Like, giving him 1 more mana is probably not a big deal, as opposed to getting savaged by a Dispel or Stubborn Denial. Opponent doesn't know how Malira and Inkmoth Nexus interact. Excellent. Opponent's about to learn how magic works. Man, we've educated so many people today. Not only the people in chat have learned, but our opponent about to learn something. I appreciate you spending your turn to do nothing. Thank you, opponent. Scape Shift has been doing well in paper. That is why there are fulminators back in the board. So for those of you that weren't here earlier, while Malira and Inkmoth are out, Inkmoth does not deal any damage at all because Malira says, well, okay. Inkmoth doesn't put infect counters on me, and my creatures don't take damage. It technically still deals the damage for the judges in the chat. I'm aware that it technically deals damage, but for all intents and purposes, it doesn't. Get that, and we drew a Snapcaster Mage. I love Snapcaster Mage. Escape Shift is bad against the aggressive decks. That doesn't mean it hasn't been putting up results. Because of how layers work, it takes all of the damage off of the card, and then it takes infect off of the card, and then it gains infect afterwards. So it says we can't take infect. Peace, Foot and Mouth. Thanks for the sub. Catch you later, mate. Whip Flare me? That would be gross. Etch Champion. Also kind of gross. Man, even Kataki's not great here. What am I looking for? I guess I'm looking for a Chord. Yeah, I'm looking for a Chord, basically. Chord deck looking for Chord. Surprise. Who's surprised? We drew more paths. Okay, I guess we're like going path here. Cloak with the follow. Thank you and welcome to the stream. I boarded the Nahiri's out, which may or may not be correct. Path this idiot. I think I'm pathing this idiot too. So if I path this idiot, we go to a 6-turn clock as opposed to a 4-turn clock, which seems like a pretty real difference. So yeah, I'm going to burn a path here. This may not seem stellar, but I think it's the best line to give ourselves the most possible draws. If he draws Cranial Plating or Ravager, we're pretty dead either way, so. Immediately regret life decision. Instant regret. Can't know that we're going to draw that, though. The funny thing is, like, a Stony Silence doesn't even really help this matchup, or help this board state. It's like, things that are worth keeping track of, like, we boarded down on Stony Silence, but it also just doesn't even help here, so. But I mean, Legacy is miserable right now, so I really don't want Modern to become Legacy. That sounds awful. Okay, and he drew Cranial Plating, so we're dead. He just kind of, you know, he didn't have a lot of he only had one payoff card for a little while, and then he peeled running payoff cards, and we just only ever had Path to Exile to interact here, so we are actually dead if he activates this off of his Springleaf Drum, which I'm assume he will see. Yeah, looks like it. GG's. And again, like, having access to a Stony Silence there wouldn't have actually changed this game at all. We just, like, needed a Chord to get our combo going. I just took Fnatic out. I've timed him out too many times in the last few days. He just spews. Or they spew. I don't really need any of that here. Mind Sensor's not unreasonable. So, Scape Shift has been one of the better performing decks since the ban list update. And like, the aggressive decks are still doing well, so I'm not sure if it's just dodging them or if someone's found a way to fix that matchup, but I definitely want at least some kind of additional hedging on Scape Shift. I banned Fnatic because it's my channel, and I will do what I want to. This channel is good because, unlike most channels on Twitch, our Twitch chat is moderated. Usually the decks where you need to be killing lands, having the ability to chord for it for 6 mana is really important compared to 7. Like that difference is usually a whole turn, and that makes all the difference in the world. Actually, just decks with Scape Shifted. So I'm gonna have an article going up on MTG Card Market later this week. I'm not sure when exactly. Whenever they post it. All right, burn. Game one lone missionary. Get got, burn opponent. I got your number. Alright, so now that we drew that, I'm going to play this because it can kind of stem this bleeding a little bit. Burn has also been one of the better performing decks in... Yeah, right? Like, we lost a bunch and now we're playing against a real deck. Lately, the MTGO metagame has been what I would describe as F&M. It's been a lot of... We've been playing against mostly non-tiered decks, which is frustrating in a way, but it's still like getting in reps with Kiki Chord. The black cards come at a very low cost and add a lot of percentage points in many matchups. So the black splash is low cost, high impact, which makes it wrong to not do. It's funny how many people assume that I just, like, play Grand Prix and Wizards events. Block his 2-drop. I think Ghost Away didn't really see play, so Eerie Interlude's probably not going to see play either. Bolting me or bolting the bird? Bolting the wall. Deal. Huh. Now I kind of want to draw this wall on top of it. I can just fetch basic planes. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I really want another wall here. Yeah, exactly that. Like, Like, the slaughter games you just can't see. Ask Owen Turtenwald why you shouldn't play in Wizards events. He'll tell you. Is that rude? Too soon? Too soon? Maybe it might have been too soon. I don't actually get appearance fees for SCG events. It's just, you know, I'm one of 30 people in the room with buys, and I'm a reasonable Magic player, so, like, pretty consistently likely to cash. And they're run much better. Like, the fact that they're run a lot better is huge. Oh, man, just no attacks? No attacks into my Lone Missionary turn? That sounds hot. Boom goes the dynamite. Boom. Come on. Come on, boom. There you go, Magic Online. Three, four, five, six. All right, yeah, we'll just pass the turn for now, and then we can chord for Kiki and start Kikiing Missionary. That sounds great. What happened to all the Platinum Pros? Pay the pros. Hashtag pay the pros. Wizards canceled professional Magic on their circuit. He did a movie for them and everything, and then they took away $11,000. Probably more. Yeah, so, like, people complain about SCG prices or talk about it, and, like, the flip side of that is I often see people complaining that they didn't get the same quality card that they ordered on, like, TCG Player or eBay or whatever budget alternative they used, and, like, I've never ordered anything other than SP cards from what's it? Oh, geez. There's a Revel Arc on top of our deck. All right, block. 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 I should have swapped these two to make him play a spell. This block was sloppy. I should have put Lone Missionary here and put this here. Boros Charm? Sure, so it doesn't matter. I'm using it anyways. Permanents you control are indestructible. Interesting. Interesting. He's keeping all of his guys. That seems loose. Yeah, SCG's SP cards are basically near mint. I always buy SP cards from SCG when it's an option. So now we're going to evoke Revel Arc and get back Lone Missionary and Wall of Omens. And even if he Skullcracks me here, I'm going to 12 and have a Giant Elemental to kill him with. Arlen doesn't do anything we're looking to do. Arlen is basically a bad Huntmaster, and Huntmaster doesn't make the cut. The old Evoke the Lark. Evoke the Lark, read by Missionary. Okay, trim this, trim this, trim this, trim this, trim this, trim this. I like this. I like these two. I like one of these. I like this. I still need to cut one more. It's probably the other Nahiri. She's a little clunky in this matchup. Maybe we're supposed to trade one with a Chord. Nah, Chord for Missionary is pretty good. Let's do this. Actually, I'm gonna leave Pride Mage out and leave one Nahiri in. We're playing 63-12 right now, and I always board down to 60 when I have the option available to me. The additional cards in the main deck are only there for hedging game 1 matchups. I'd much rather just always have the highest chance of having a turn 1 bird post board. Helix and Missionary at opener. If opponent mulligans, the game's probably just over. Okay, so the problem with Sin Collector in this matchup is 1, your opponent empties their hand very quickly, and 2, we don't want to be aggressive and fetch black mana and hurt ourselves to cast our Sin Collector. Opponent kept 7. What is it like, right? Look, this is why this card's in our main deck, okay? Look, we wouldn't play one of these if we weren't gonna draw it. Come on now. Come on. Opponent kept 7. Opponent has a very real chance. Like, they kept 7 and have like triple 1-drop start, we could lose. Scavenging Ooze on top. Just like... Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. No, we're sideboarding from 63-12 to 60-15. I'm starting with less than 15 in the sideboard. Opponent just on 1 land. It's not awful for us. I think I'm going to fetch Basic Forest with this and get Wall of Omens into play. I feel like I just want to start getting defense up against his guys that he has going. I can gain some life back in a minute. The second Helix. God, we are just the luckiest. Am I binning Voice here? Yeah, I guess we'll bin Voice. We can eat it with Scavenging Ooze later. A lot of these aggressive matchups are fairly reasonable for us. Praise be to Worth! Praise Worth! The great Worth giveth! He's so nice. And with your Razor Verge Thicket. Oh, God. Oh, man. And our opponent got shufflered this round. Man. Get caught. Missionary. Mission is scary. Start a revolution. Polluting the airways. Revel. God bless all those mod commands. Y'all are the best. He knows we have the Scavenging Ooze too. Think of it this way. Think of it as you're playing some of your cards in your main deck that you wouldn't normally be playing. Like you're starting pre-boarded legally. Like we're legally pre-boarding essentially is what I'm doing. I can bolt the Scoos here. He's bolting me. All right, well, I'm going to fetch with this, and I'm going to gain life with Scoos. Yeah, you can never have more than 15 cards in your sideboard, and you can't have less than 60 cards in your main deck. So in order to board down to 60 cards, if you're starting with more than that, you have to have less than 15 in your starting sideboard. It's very tricky, I know. Very tricky. Twicky. I like Skullcrack me during my upkeep. Get got. Man, I had this the whole time. This will probably be a concession. Yep. Easy mulligan. Easy mulligan. Keep, scry. I'm going to top that, actually. That could be a card that could pull us back up from behind, depending on what our opponent's playing. It's the little things, you know. I don't like listening to people chew. It's so easy to just mute myself while I munch. So, if you wanted to be a normal Magic player and play 60-15, the cards I would cut to the sideboard that I am currently playing in the main deck, in these 75 cards, is I would cut the Aven Mind Sensor, I would cut the Sin Collector, and then I would cut the Missionary or the Pontiff, depending on which decks you were expecting to play against a lot. But I want all of these cards in my main deck game one, I think. So, that's what we're doing. Favorite card from the Pact cycle? I mean, I like Pact of Negation. I don't like getting Pact of negated, but card's sweet. Someone asked about 8-Whack. That deck is fairly inconsistent and probably just worse than Burn. White source, untap 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 white source. No, we don't have a tapped white source. So we are in a little bit of trouble here if our opponent can kill us. So there's that. There's that. We could just die. All right, sorry. I will stop shoving my face for now. I had to teach a class this afternoon. I didn't get to eat lunch before it. It's possible I'm supposed to play this. And like try and block the Snake Moth Nexus. I think I'm gonna bin a resto here. Try and hit a land. They're Lay's baked chips. Look at that. They're delicious. Oven baked original. I do not ever play EDH. Unfortunately, the music will mute an entire section of the stream, so I cannot do that because I archive all of my videos onto YouTube, so people that miss parts of the stream are able to catch up on them later. I'm teaching an introductory probability and statistics class this quarter, and it's not great. Calories, Lay's oven bake. They're delicious. They're 120 calories per serving, which is like, I don't know, that's like 30 or 40 less than regular. No, man. Look, it says oven baked right on the bag. Why would a bag lie to a person? I don't think you understand. A bag wouldn't lie to a person. That's rude. So scale of 1 to dead, where am I at here, opponent? Probably pretty dead. This is just like become immense, kill me. You're just like trying to count. Opponent's just like over there with the calculator trying to figure out how dead I am. Man, even just like 4 pump spells kill me. Dismember my wall of roots. Sure, man. You do you. So we're going to 6 here. We're going to 8, maybe. I think. We're dead, maybe. Yeah, babe. I'm glad the slow roll found its way around the bend here. Just like fumble, fumble, fumble. Oh, dismember your thing. I guess I'll kill you. Sure, bud. What else was I cutting? Let me summon Nahiris. Here's a removal spell, though, which is nice. I guess Chord's probably better in this matchup against the slightly faster deck. I'm just going to go ahead and submit. Jeff, I'm trying to build during the Siege Tower Modern. What do you think of it? Current based on black, white, or black, green. It's getting conflicted between the spells I need to be running. I don't know. Spellskite's still fine. I'm not sure on bases. I haven't worked on Abzan decks before. We can Chord into Fulminator Mage and Chord into Quadsily Pride Mage, so that's fine. Another hand that's keepable if this is Copperline Gorge. This hand's fine. It's not phenomenal, but fine. I don't think Reclamation Sage is stellar. We already have 2 cards that have a similar effect to that, and I don't think it's better than any of the other cards we're playing. I think there was a little bit of delay there. You guys probably hadn't heard me say that already. In all honesty, it should probably be a Grove of the Burn Willows. It should probably be a Grove of the Burn Willows. That's the actual reality, I think. Do I want another green here? I'm going to bottom that. I'm going to shock myself because it probably doesn't really matter, and I'd path on 1 if he has it. I think I'm going to Helix this on 2. Yeah, I'm going to Helix this on 2. Man, the Hierarch one land Soul Read. Play this now, so we have a less chance to draw a Razor Verge ticket that we just put on the bottom of their deck. Play this Noble Hierarch out. Those good chips? My toddler likes the chips too. Twisted Image. Gross. This card's very good against us. Just gonna path this on our turn. We have Malira in our deck, so our life total will be relevant at a certain point. So it's not just a free roll to fetch shock all the time. Malira means we're taking actual damage a lot of the time. You can also just like randomly die to Noble Hierarch plus bumps. Careful, kid. If you upkeep Path, your opponent gets to untap with their mana and blow you out with a Vines of the Vastwood, or blow you out with an Apostle's Blessing, or just a million other cards that are just bad for us. So no, I'm gonna cast it while they can't counter it. People are so afraid to use their instant spells on their own turn, which is definitely like very wrong a lot of the time. Like you should. There's a lot of situations where it's just correct to use your instants at sorcery speed. Yeah, like if he has Vines of the Vastwood there and we let him untap, he just like Vines his guy and then plays a land ground spell, kills us. Like, that doesn't sound great. I'll block. Do I want to Chord for Pontiff here? I feel like I want to Chord for Pontiff here. So I guess the downside to Chording for Pontiff here is he could go Pierce into... Yeah, okay. I'm going to block. If he dispels or pierces the Chord, we could just die. He had Pendelhaven up, so Chording for Pontiff on our turn doesn't do anything. Chord for Witness, if it resolves, which it very well might not. And now we're going to Chord for Pontiff on our turn. Oh, I always forget we have a Malira in the 75 now. Huh. We could just combo him here, though. So one of the things I found that I often did wrong with this deck is that I was too defensive with my chords and like trying to interact with them when I should just be trying to kill them. And I feel like I'm supposed to just like pass the turn here. I'm just gonna pass, and then I'm gonna block with this and maybe block with this too, and then like Chord for Resto Witness, get back Chord. Like Malira, we don't have enough gas to... We don't have enough gas in the tank to just like spend this Chord as only a defensive spell. Like this is the only piece of action we have. So like we might just need to use this card to kill him. I don't understand what my opponent has done here. And thank you for the compliment on the beard. It's I've got the window open. Normally the blinds are closed. It's just a beautiful day out, and I've got the blinds up and the window open. Yeah, Chord is a one-card combo in this deck, and that is one of the biggest strengths that this deck has over Malira Company, which is a question people often ask, is why is this deck better than Malira Company? And the fact that we are a one-card combo is phenomenal. I guess this block is loose if he has Dispel, but he didn't have it last turn, so I guess we'll see. Play around Spell Pierce here. So we lose our wall, and then we get to go ahead and untap this and get back Chord. And like, I could even get back Path to Exile here, but I think just like looping the Chord is better. Hold on, my wife left one of the doors open and my toddler is trying to escape. You can keep eating chips, you're fine. Alright, so we drew a bird. Definitely play that out. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think I want to just pass the turn here. It gives him one more chance to draw a Dispel, but like if he just has like Dismember here, and we could get Spell Pierced. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pass the turn one more time here, which this might be wrong, but we can just Chord for a Resto again, and then maybe even win this game just like by playing Fair Magic. As fair as looping Chord of Callings can be. I did teach this afternoon. I last class ever. I have to administer a final on Wednesday, but then I am done. I'm done teaching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so that means I can't Chord for Resto around a Spell Pierce, but I think it's still supposed to just let that happen. If he had Dismember, he would have Dismembered the Witness. Possibly. Or maybe he wants to save it for a turn when he could kill me. Like... He's just passing. Okay. Well, I feel like I want to continue to play around Spell Pierce. I feel like I've played around Spell Pierce this entire time, and we're just going to do that. I'm teaching an introductory statistics class at a local college. And it's about as stimulating as it sounds. And your path to now. All right, so I think we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can play this around. Opponent concedes. Okay, so they didn't have anything. And again, like some of these games, maybe I'm playing a little bit too conservatively, but I feel like by playing slightly conservatively, we're staying far enough ahead that we're not putting ourselves in danger of losing the game, so that's a fine line. Did I ever bring MTG into the classroom? No. I brought up dice with more than 6 sides, though, one time, and one of my students asked me if I made those up or if they actually existed. No, teaching as an adjunct does not pay well. That's part of the reason why we're done doing it. This is a keep. Yep, we quartered for Kiki. We quartered for Witness during his unstep, and then we quartered for Kiki on our untap and killed him. They do not. I'll prefer to keep it that way. Peace, Shadow Scar. Thanks for hanging out as long as you have. I appreciate it if you gave me a follow. Play Spell Scoot. Play Raging Ravine. Oh, you made food?
Don't take it out of the paper towel or it'll fall.
You're the best wife. She made me a sandwich. I didn't even have to ask. She's the best. Didn't even have to use the sudo command. I'm going to mute myself while I take a bite or two of this because she's great. It's possible I'm supposed to save this Helix here, but I really want to rebuy it with Witness as soon as possible, so I'm just going to go ahead and play it out. I'm actually streaming from Linux right now. I use Linux as my full-time operating system. This is a Windows 7 virtual machine. We do need to hit a Chord or a Resto or a PN Corinnalar or something to stem this bleeding a little bit, though. You don't want to hurt, you don't want to hear me chew, and you don't want to hear me talk with my mouth full. Like, those both sound very disgusting. Actually help manage a Linux distribution. Bodhi Linux is an Ubuntu-based Linux distribution. It uses the Enlightenment desktop. Modern Linux distributions are very easy to use and maintain. If you get one of the ones that's designed as a desktop operating system. I think Naya will be relevant in standard. I think the Nahiri Naya deck that Jadine Klamperrin's friend, top 16, the open with in Columbus, seems super sweet. We can witness the Helix, but then this second Inkmoth is going to start beating us down, so. I'm the only person who actually enjoyed Dome Shell. Yep. I mean, someone had to, right? Like, There was a whole team of people that thought Gnome Shell was a good idea, so. I am the project originator and maintainer for Bodhi Linux. Started it during my junior year of undergrad. Man, drawing a spell at some point would be sweet. Maybe I'm supposed to have fired up the Raging Ravine this turn. The black-green deck is really sweet. The Seasons Pass looping itself, that sounds great. Man, he's really lucky we haven't drawn any other spells. You know that? I think I'm just taking this hit. I'm going to 8. Software development under Linux is much better than software development under other platforms. Package managers are a beautiful thing. Chord. Am I firing this up? I feel like I'm just firing this up. Can we race here? I might be able to race. I would have fired this up last turn. I put him to 9 here. Am I supposed to fetch shock, play E for 1? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fetch shock and play engineered explosives for 1. And then this gives us a line to kill our opponent next turn if we draw lightning helix. So we play this. We'll block both ink moths with our birds. Before damage happens, we'll use the engineered explosives to blow up everything for 1, killing this so he doesn't have a blocker here. And then this is 5, 6, and this is 5, 6, 7, and then helix is lethal with this land. I do software development as a hobby. My educational background is I have a master's in pure mathematics, and I have an undergraduate degree in mathematics with a secondary in education. You can find all the stuff that I work on my GitHub page. All right, I am done eating. Sorry about that, the brief interruption there. Sometimes you flat out and die. Like, you know. All right. Hey, we're gonna close the day out with some wiggly worms. Yeah, we're gonna big red. Let's do it.